we're gonna do a story time read. I'm gonna see if anything wants to come out for the story of Madeline Soto. Stephan Sterns is being charged with her murder. I want to know how she died. I don't know. Did they say? I don't know if they've given a cause of death when it comes to Madeline. I don't know if this is gonna work. I want to get an idea I want to see if there's a story surrounding how she died. All right. Let's see. Is there any? I'll just see what wants to come out. Sins against God. Sins against God, scapegoat, karma clearing. Karma clearing, not connected, huh? Okay. What is this sins against God? I'm getting like this entanglement, like somebody's worried, like, did you put in a good word for me to help me get out of this situation? Like, you know, so he was abusing Madeline while Jenn was at work. I don't know what time she came home. He wasn't, I don't know, like, I'm getting like, I don't know if he wasn't working or if he just wasn't helping financially. I don't know what this could be. So it's like, oh, well, I can't really give you money, but I can help you with your kid. So this kid was trapped with this man, and he used like maybe Madeline's mother's codependency. Like, we can, mothers can put their children in really dangerous situations with the people they choose when they are not healed and they are codependent, because you are so desperate for love and a partner that really, that you're the entry, you're the door to let this person in, and these children have nowhere to go. They're trapped. That's why she was like, I'd rather fucking go run and hide in the woods than deal with this shit. Jen's telling the authorities that she didn't know that this was going on. Okay. So he could have said that I'll take the fall. But you got to put in a good word. He knew that he was, damn, he knew he was done for. He knew it was over for him. He knew it was going to be a tough fight to get out of this. There was, you know, it's going to bleed the, I don't know, they're not going to have the finances to really fight this. I mean, he knows, I mean, it's almost like he's debating whether or not to even, like, really put up a fight, because he knows that whatever the sin the crimes he committed, sins against God, and let this be a lesson to other men out there who do this tactic, who use this tactic, to get access to innocent children. They find vulnerable and emotionally unhealed women, and they use this to manipulate them, to let them to make them feel like they're something special, right? All to get access to their children. And any man who does this, you better believe it, you're gonna go down. Justice is coming in. I would be very worried if you're one of these types of men. He wants to know, did this mother put in a good word for him? Why would he ask her to put a good word in for him, knowing that he abused her daughter? Did they put in a good word? Why is he asking this? Yeah, no. She did not. She ran. And now he's trying to appeal to her emotionally. But she's trying to be seen as this empress. I care about my daughter, and I was at work. I didn't know what was going on. She's trying to get away from this, as far away from Stephan Sterns as she can. Yeah. She's saying, I didn't know what he was doing. That's what she's saying. Again, she's trying to get away from it, like distance herself. I was at work. He was abusing her while he had, like, after the party. I almost want to say that maybe did she get home early? I don't know. This is something I would really want to know. I know the police aren't saying much, but this is something that I really would want to know. Like, it's like, is it possible that she got home early and witnessed what was happening? Because I'm getting that, like, he was abusing her. He was sexually abusing her. He gave her when I was pulling cards earlier. This is before I decided to do the index cards, but when I was pulling earlier, I got that he like showed up and gave her like a gift, and it was like something like maybe that she really wanted. It was something that like maybe it was, I don't know if it was money or something, but it was like it was something that really it was just something that she wanted. But it was like he used that as a way to it's very gross. The mother could have came home early and went and well, that's what I was pulling earlier. Also, what I pulled earlier in the cards before, I was getting that she had seen something in his phone, so she could have seen the videos, evidence of what he was doing to her daughter. So I think maybe like she knew it was happening, but she didn't really want to like, bring herself to admit it to herself that this was going on. She's like, maybe it could have been one of those things that you're like, well, no, I might be. It could be my insecurities. I'm making too much of this. But she knew something in her knew. And I think that started to get her kind of like, I don't know, like just kind of festering in this kind of like resentment towards him, because she knew that maybe he was hiding something. But then she found something in his phone, on his phone. Yeah, it's almost like there was no more confusion. There was no more confusion. The secrets were revealed to her. She saw it. But maybe she was keeping that a secret. Maybe she was keeping it a secret that she knew what he was up to. Okay. So, this is crazy. Okay. So she's using, but why? There was some kind of fight between these two when she walked in. And there was a fight. There could have been some kind of fight. What are you doing home so early? You weren't supposed to be here so early. And he got caught. You were supposed to be at work. There could have been some kind of argument. Okay. I don't know. All right. So, let's put this aside. There's some questions I wanted to ask. And one of the questions I wanted to ask was at 11:49, Stephan Sterns was on some kind of telegram on I don't know what it is. It's like an app, Telegram, where you can connect with other people and it's all encrypted and shit. I don't know. So, who was he talking to and what was he talking about? At 11:49, who was Stephan? Okay, we have this song. Oh my God. What the hell? Okay, I want to know what this telegram is. Cause this is fucking crazy. This is fucking crazy. Okay, here's the mother, right? Their children. This is his lover, his partner. What's the strength? The magician. There was some kind of like attack. Okay, this is a lot. I'm sorry, I know I'm not saying anything, but there's a lot of information and I'm trying to sort it through, so, you know. Okay. He got his kicks off of this somehow. And these two cared a lot about money. Maybe he saw it as an opportunity to make money. Oh, shit. She could have... Okay. Who was he talking to? He could have just been telling the story of what happened. Like, what's the sun and the devil? Yeah, that's what I was... Exactly. So he was talking to someone about what he was doing. He's like, oh my God, you're never going to believe what happened. I was doing what I was doing, the devilish shit that I do, abusing her, you know. I'm happy acting a fool doing my devilish things to someone who's innocent. I'm here doing my thing. And he's actually talking about how he's abusing her at this moment. And then the mother walks in. Four of Pentacles. Again, like this, remember I said, all they care about is money. And the mother could have been arguing with her, telling her, the daughter, like, oh, you ungrateful little, something like that. There's some kind of argument when this Two of Swords, like, happened. Hold on real quick. Let's see something. What is the Two of Swords? I want to know what the Two of Swords is. She was refusing to see something, like whatever. She got clarity on what she was refusing to see. She was refusing to see the truth about him. It's like misplaced anger. You know, she should have been angry at him. But she was angry at her daughter. Because she saw her daughter as some ungrateful little brat. Like, I go to work and I'm struggling, or I'm like, you know, barely making it. This fool doesn't contribute nothing, or something like that. It could have pissed her off because he gave Maddie something. I'm getting kind of like Diddy vibes, like how he gave Justin Bieber. Like, I don't know if he really did give this stuff to him, like a car and a house. But then he was trapped with Diddy for 48 hours after he had given him all that stuff. And, you know, he's young, he's naive, you know. He doesn't know what the fuck, you know, is going on. So he could have given her something really expensive, or I don't know. And he had already been abusing her, so she kind of like took it, and she's like, well, you know, I'm gonna be abused anyways. He's gonna overpower me anyways. I might as well get something out of it. Because he offered something that she really wanted. And the mother comes home early, and she's like, here I am, like, you know, struggling and working, and, you know, and you're over here prostituting yourself. She hated her daughter, man. Oh my God. Yeah, she's like, she that's what she was saying. You're a prostitute. She was calling her all kinds of nasty names. She was calling her some nasty names, man. Poor girl. Wow. So he's telling this story to someone. He's like getting some kind of sick kick out of this. And he's like talking about how, like, maybe they can, I don't know. So let's look at this Four of Swords. Like, did the mother... What's the Four of Swords? Let's look at the Four of Swords. What's the Four of Swords? Kind of like burying underground. I'll get my family and everybody to I'll let everybody know, to like say, I don't know what the hell happened. The Magician. They could have been doing some kind of like illusion work. What is that? To make it look like, oh, they're doing work to make it look like it was him. It was him. It's like, oh, he's an abuser. He's a predator, which he is. But they were using that to let's throw the suspicion onto him, onto the King of Pentacles. He's the one holding it, you know, because she could have, the mother could have been like, you know, if you don't discard her, because I don't know, I got in the last readings that I did that it was the mother. If you don't discard of her body, I'm gonna tell the authorities that you were abusing her, because again, she found evidence of what he was doing. She knew, like intuitively, she knew. You know, with the Magician here, they could dabble, you know, or she could have family members who dabble, and So they have some kind of, like, they do have intuitive gifts. And she knew there's something in her that says something here ain't right. She could have known for a long time, but she didn't, you know. Go with the magician over here. Yeah, they definitely have some kind of witch or warlock in their family, you know. But she refused to, she was in denial. She refused to see something. The Two of Swords refuses to see the truth about this man. It had been going on for some time. She finally gets the proof. And she is like, she might have already had some kind of plan to, like, set him up. And she called her own daughter a prostitute. Yeah, that victory. They want the just. They want the judge to throw the book at this man. Like, they want him to go down for this. But it was. Oh, I can't get away from that. I'm not okay. Let's look into it. I can't get away. So that's what he was talking about. Again, I keep getting. Okay. That's what. So let's go back to what we were looking at. And that's this telegram. This is a telegram call, message, whatever this is. So who is he telling this to? Page of Swords. What can you tell me about the Page of Swords? Maybe he was... Okay. So, this Telegram app is to be able to send what? Encrypted messages, right? Or calls or something, whatever. And maybe he was driving around, maybe looking for the best place to dispose of her body. Yeah. I skipped right over that. So, like, the death... I'm getting, like, the death could have happened when she, like, after the party, they were home. Jenn gets home early, actually sees what is going on, and between that time and 11:49, he could have been talking to someone while he was looking for a place to dispose of Madeline. They were... Judgment. Huh. This is this is so this is so weird. But you know what? It's kind of funny that like I'm picking this up now because I had this download earlier too. And this, I know this is gonna seem like, like you're reaching now, but I'm almost getting like he could have gotten rid of her body that night. Yeah, like at night he was like looking for the best place to dispose of her. He got this message that I need you to come back to the house in the morning. He's like, I need you to take the kids, here's the King of Wands, this fucking sexual pervert, and the kids in reverse, but there's no kid. It's almost, oh my God. What is that movie, that movie, I want to say Bernie's Day Off. Hold on, I'm going to look it up real quick. Hold on. Oh my God, I cannot believe that I forgot what Weekend at Bernie's. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot that. Oh my God. Okay, anyways, I'm getting Weekend at Bernie's kind of, I don't know. Oh my God. This is so, like, weird to me. Like, far out there, but it's, like, if they saw her in the car, it's almost like it wasn't her. It was something to make it look like she was in the car. But it wasn't her. Like a dummy. Because he had already buried her body in the woods. And if he went back, like, didn't they say that they saw his car around the area, like, during the day? If he went back, it was probably to, like, do some, like, last minute, like, make sure everything is, like, covered up or whatever. Yeah. He went back to where he buried her just to make sure, like, did I miss anything? Did I leave anything behind? The family was already going to say, yeah, we saw her, blah, blah, blah. The family was going to lie for them. The family's wicked too. And if they couldn't get away with it, if they couldn't pull it off that she was abducted and she never made it to school, then the next best thing is to throw this motherfucker under the bus. That's what the family, Jenn and her family, were going to do. That, he's already this, this horrible person in the public's eyes, so we can pin the murder on him. So don't you worry, we're going to do some, vamos a hacer brujeria to make sure that everything goes in our favor. No, it's not going to work like that. Mm-mm. I found it very interesting, yeah. Yeah, King of Wands. I forgot to write down his name, but when I was watching the interview, the press conference that they did, talking about how they're charging Stephan Sterns with Maddie's murder, the attorney, the state's attorney, I think that's who he was, but he was saying that it was an open case. Shit. It was an open case, still an ongoing investigation, and that they weren't ruling out the possibility, something like that. Like there's always a possibility that they could, charge someone else in this, But as of right now, they're only charging Steph, and I don't know. I was thinking, well, maybe is it a tactic to get him to, turn on Jenn or something like that, because he did. I want to say that he, like, took, I don't know. Maybe he promised to keep his mouth shut as long as she was willing to, because again, it's one of those situations like, well, I didn't really do it, you know. But he knows, he could have even been there as this was happening. A sick bastard. It could have been like some kind of fight, argument. And I got this before, that there was some kind of argument between the two. And I found it very, very interesting how Jenn, when she was doing her interview, she was like, yeah, we hadn't argued that day or something like that. Or we didn't argue or something, but they argued. And Stephan Sterns, like, he got some kind of sick kick out of, this mother-daughter, like, argument, because, again, the mother was calling her daughter a whore, like, like, she was calling her all kinds of nasty names. But you have to remember, this girl was being abused since she was, what, like 8? She had been abused for so long. Like, this was a very normal thing for her. And he's bribing her with money. Again, this is like, I don't know. This is sick energy. I don't know. Okay. So this telegram, like, I don't know if he was telling some... I'm getting... I'm kind of confused with that, because I'm getting like he could have been telling somebody this story, but then he could have been communicating even maybe with... He could have even been communicating with Jenn. I don't know. This is crazy. Okay, I'm having like overload. I couldn't even remember Weekend at Bernie's. I'm like fucking Bernie's day off. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Let's we're 137 minutes, okay. I'm trying to put these pieces together just like you guys are, So one of the reasons I wanted to come and kind of do this update too, because I'm not someone who claims to always get things right, but I was pretty like bold in making the stating that, oh, it was Jenn, like, before anybody really knew anything. Like, I was like, yeah, I was a mom. So and if I'm wrong, I want to be I want to be able to say, hey, if I'm wrong, I'll admit this and apologize, for being an asshole and making assumptions like that. But that's what I was reading in the cards, and I'm kind of still getting, I know he's being charged, but let's look into 4 areas: right before the murder, the time of the murder, the cover-up, and who was involved. Okay, so we're just going to pull 4 cards. Before the murder, what happened right before the murder? What happened right before the murder? The time of... the cover-up. And who was involved? Alright, I'm going to go let my cat out because he's meowing. I'm going to be right back. Alright, so for the right before the, like, before the murder, like leading up to the murder, we have the 7 of Wands. She was trying to find a way to get out of work, Maybe that's something that she was hiding. She's hiding. And she's worried that investigators are going to find this out, okay? So she's afraid that the authorities might find out that, like, she was at work. Yes, she was at work, okay? But she was trying to find a way to get out of work early so that she could, you know, go home. Maybe to see her baby. You know, like, oh, it's my baby's birthday. I want to go see her, right? Yeah. But to her surprise, she wanted to go see her baby for her birthday. You know, she's remembering, you know, oh my God, there she could have, what she saw set her off. Okay? What she saw set her off. She already had confirmation. She had seen something on his phone. She had seen the evidence of the abuse. If he had videos or photos of himself abusing her daughter, she had already seen this. But to see it in real life, it just, oh my God. You know, this reminds me of a time that I was working at this one place, like, so, it was a restaurant, and, you know, you have the prep, the chefs and the prep cooks, and, you know, well, one of the, you know, that guy's, one of the prep cooks, like, he had gone home early one day. The boss was like, hey, you know, what was so sad is that he was, like, one of the hardest workers. Like, he was so, like, he was such a good guy, man. And he was such a hard worker, man. Well, the boss lets him go early, and then, like, he goes home to find his wife and, you know, screwing another guy. Like, I didn't see him after that, but I remember the other guys were talking about it and how, like, it's one thing to know, to kind of, like, have this inkling or these feelings that someone's cheating on you, but when you actually witness it, it does something completely, it just, like, does something to you. That's what the guys were talking about. So I don't know if they had experienced that themselves. I don't know. But imagine that, but your child, you know, and she's very excited. You know, she's really trying to get out of work to go home to see her baby. It's her birthday. This is at the time of the murder. She goes home and because I want to go see my baby for her birthday. And then what she saw sent her into a rage. And that's when all this happened. At the time, the cover up, we have the three of cups. It's like, you are involved. She's telling Stephan Sterns, you are involved. You know, and if you don't help me, you know, you're the one who's going to be charged. So you might as well help me, you know, because of what I witnessed, what I've seen, you know. She doesn't, because she feels like the authorities don't know that she had gone home early. Maybe this isn't something that has been communicated. They haven't talked about it. She hasn't brought it up. The authorities haven't brought it up to her. So she's like thinking that she's worried. She's afraid. Like, do they know? They know. Who was involved? The two people that were in this home, the mother and Stephan. Stephan was just trying to save his own ass, like, because he didn't want to be exposed for the shit that he was doing to Madeline. And oh my God, he is the scapegoat. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because I definitely do believe that the authorities know a lot more than what they're saying, what they're letting them know. They're just kind of like playing dumb, like, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, no, we're totally on your side. We're totally on your side. They're just really just letting everybody kind of hang themselves. So, all right, guys, that's what I have for you. I wasn't planning on releasing this video, but you know, it's gone long enough. I might as well. And yeah, we'll see where where this case goes from here, guys. All right. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.